Okay, for this assignment, we're going to pick a destination and create a postcard of actual size that could be reproduced if you wanted to. The location that you choose can be a country, it can be a city, it can be an actual event, or it can even be an attraction like Disneyland. It's up to you. The requirement for the photo that you find, it has to be high resolution. So I'm going to recommend to you that you use one of these two websites. You're either going to use wallpaperswide.com or you're going to use another website called unsplash.com. Either one of these websites is going to give you high resolution photos that are going to work best in Photoshop. So you're going to want to go to either of those websites, and I'm going to show you how to download from each website a photo so that you're familiar with the downloadable process. These are all copy-free or copyright free, so I'm not breaking any rules by using them. I'm going to click on this photo, and then I'm going to see it a bunch of different ways. I'm either going to see it like this with the size on the bottom, or sometimes, and it's hard to figure out which one it's going to do it with, they'll have, oh, it worked perfectly. Sometimes you'll actually see it like this. If this pops up, you're going to choose the one that's highlighted because that's the highest, that's a good high number for your project. If for some reason it pops up like this, it's going to automatically also offer you that size. Go ahead and download the file. So you're going to go ahead and download it. It's going to go onto your downloads. And then I would like you to take this photo and drop it onto your desktop. We're going to go ahead and open that up. And this has to be cropped. Wallpaperswide.com photos actually put a watermark on the bottom, and the last thing that we want to do is have that on our postcard. So I'm going to drag a selection box across the photo, leaving out the watermark, and the shortcut is Command K. So this photo is ready to go. You're going to save your changes, and then let me show you what to do on the other website. The other website's a little less complicated. So again, I typed in my city, and I have lots to choose from. I'm going to choose a horizontal landscape, so nothing vertical. This is vertical. And I think I'm going to choose this one. This one, all you're going to do is download for free. It's asking you to thank the person who took the photo. If you want to, that's fine. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and close this. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to drag this over. And if you open this up, you'll notice that unsplash.com doesn't have any watermarks on the photos, so you don't have to do any type of cropping. Okay, next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make a file. So we have to go ahead to File, New. And a typical postcard is 6 inches. Make sure that you're working in inches by 4 inches. 300 resolution, CMYK for printing, and then go ahead and name your file. Last name, first name, postcard. Create. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and take a look at my layers and stretch them out. We're going to be working a lot with this, so I want to make sure I have this open. And I'm going to File, Open, and I'm going to find the picture that I sent to the desktop. So I'm going to borrow this picture. Okay. Now, just like with the sandwich, this opened up in its own file, so you're going to go ahead and lift it up. You're going to place it down, and then you're going to go ahead and hit Command T. Command T. While you are stretching it, I want you to be holding, actually you can't hold the Shift key for this because it's going to end up not letting you go higher. So I'm going to hold the Option key, and stretch it, and then I have to hit return. Okay, now this is really important to your project. You need to make another copy of the very same picture. And so I'm going to go ahead, instead of having to re-drag it in, I'm going to go ahead and hit Command J. I'm then going to go ahead and turn this off for a second, click down on layer 1, because I actually want that picture to be turned off. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put type in between my two photos. I'm going to start by creating a text box. So I'm going to grab my type tool. I'm going to drag a text box across the artboard. And as soon as you do that, you're going to get your character panel up at the top. You can also open up your character panel inside of Window. If you don't see everything, there should be a way. Actually, it looks like everything's open, so we're good to go. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start with 60 for my size of font, and I'm going to go ahead and make this light blue because I think that light blue will work really well. You can change this color to anything that you want. You can change it to white as well. We can always go back and change it later. And then I'm just going to type in and if it's not showing up, let's go ahead and delete that. Create a new text box and try again. So my font's too big, so I think that's what was causing me problems. So I'm going to go ahead and decrease it to 12 to start, and I'm just going to do welcome to. The welcome is capitalized, the to is lowercase, and then I can start playing around with my sizes. I can always come back later and adjust this, but I'm going to try to get it as close as I can. I want to be able to read this, so putting it right here is a bad option, so I'm going to stick it right here. Alright, and if you notice, the welcome to is actually going to go above my second copy of my photo. So it's going to be sitting on top of this. Now, we're going to go ahead again, and depending on what name of the location you have, you're going to want to set your type big enough to make this larger than the font that you just typed. So the country, the city, the location. Also, you're pretty much stuck at 72, so if you highlight this, you can actually type in the numbers so you can get a size that you like. Now, for this one, I don't care if it's sitting on top of this and I can't see it very well, because what we're going to be doing right now is I'm going to be clipping this photo inside of this photo. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this back on, and I'm going to hold my control key down, click once, and I'm going to clip mask it. Nothing looks like it happened because the photo is now inside of the word Italy. And so now I need to go into Italy, and I need to add a stroke, and I need to stick with the color schemes that I had going. So I want to make sure to find a good color that's bright and stands out against the background. So I like the white. And if you lock this layer and you go back to Italy, everywhere you move the word, your photo will come with it, because that photo is laid out in the same location as the bottom layer inside of the word. You can also add different effects to this as well. The only thing is you cannot add anything that would cause me not to see the picture inside of the word. If I don't see the picture, then I don't know it's there and that you did the assignment properly. And I'm just going to adjust this and make this look more professional. Okay, you are in charge of making a well-designed postcard. We've looked at samples. think of what good postcards look like. This is not meant for you just to slap some words onto a picture, but you're actually making and designing a postcard that's going to be used, that could be used. So you want to make this look professional. And then that's it. You're going to go ahead and save it first as a PSD. So I'm going to save that as a PSD. And then I'm going to go ahead and save it as a JPEG. And I'm going to put it on my desktop, and I'm going to turn that in to Schooloo.